Ladies and gentlemen, you are hereby summoned to attend a meeting of Hemsworth Town Council to be held. You are hereby summoned to attend a meeting of Hemsworth Town Council to be held in the main hall, Hemsworth Town Council Community Centre, Bullenshaw Road, Hemsworth, commencing at 7 p.m. on the 5th of December 2024 for the purpose of transacting the following business. Item number 1, apologies for absence.
No.
Item number 2, declarations of interest. Item number 3, Town Council meetings. To approve the minutes of the Council meetings on the 5th September 24, 15th of October 2024 and 7th of November 2024, and the extraordinary Council meetings on the 10th of October. The 10th of October, the one on the 29th has not been sent due to staffing issues, so we can't approve that one. We're going to move on, with the exception of the 29th.
Yes, perhaps one thing to start on this. First of all, there's been a meeting with staff again, 10th of September.
Okay, sorry, can you speak to mine?
Yeah. First of all, there's been a meeting with staff again, the 10th of September, extraordinary meeting.
Not that it's done.
No, that ain't done. It's not on the agenda.
It's not on the agenda.
It's not on the agenda, so we're not approving it.
Yeah, I'm just mentioning that.
Yeah, sorry.
And there has to be addressed. On the 15th of September, on the light side, we voted for a motion for a public consultation, but that's not been minuted, it should have been. And also a recorded votes were asked for.
The lakeside was not public consultation.
Yeah, but we voted on it.
We did vote on it.
Which that should have been recorded.
It says resolved that the application Nixon Media has been accepted.
Yeah, but we had the vote on that should have been.
It's saying it's been resolved.
Well,
Okay, so change that to voted.
I don't remember that being approved, Chair, so I can again check the notes, but I don't remember that being approved. I remember that being approved.
Yep.
I'm not sure about the public consultation.
There wasn't, the public consultation was not in that, so.
there was two votes.
So thank you for letting me know.
And it should have been a recorded vote as well, which it hasn't been.
There was no recorded vote requested.
There was.
Beg to differ.
We can check that, Chair.
We can check that, but
Yeah.
we're going to have a go move for these as they are.
15th of October meeting, it says that the minutes for the 5th of September 2024 were approved. We've just been discussing them now.
What date was that, sorry?
The 15th of October on the Town Council meeting.
So what's you saying about the one in October?
It says the minutes of the 5th of September 2024 meeting were approved. So we've just been talking about them just now.
Can I recommend on the 15th of October, Chair, that the minutes be approved with that
change
alteration?
Yes. So,
and also, I made two corrections to the minutes then, and they weren't included. They've not been mentioned.
nothing to be mentioned.
On what, sorry?
On corrections I made to the minutes.
Which minutes?
The 27th of June extraordinary meeting and the 6th of August extraordinary meeting.
Was on the 15th of October?
This on the 15th of October.
The minutes come to council late.
No,
He did ask for 2 corrections to be put in, it's on video. If you can just check it up, Andrew.
Check it up and make the adjustments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a mover
So to approve with those adjustments.
we've got a mover to approve those adjustments. Seconders, so Becca's approved. Paul, seconders. All to move the minutes. All against? And any abstentions? So item number 4, committee meetings. To approve the minutes of the Policy, Planning and Staffing Committee meeting on the 17th of October 24. To approve the minutes of the Finance Committee meeting on 17th of October 24. And to approve the minutes of the Leisure and Recreation Committee on the 21st of November 2024. Are we the mover?
I'll second.
Second, all 4? Against? Any abstentions? So item number 5, accounts for payments. This will have to be deferred because due to some staffing absences, the accounts did not get sent out in time. The correct paperwork. So can we defer that to the next meeting, please? Income, to review the council's income for October 2024.
I've been looking at the income that we've been sent for October, and I'm asking again, because it's been brought up, I don't know how many times in council, about wastage. So we're opening up on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday for £92, £133 and £85. That's as total take-ins. That doesn't even cover us staff. And that's all through the month. On it days that it's taking anything is on a Wednesday and a Sunday. You've had 2 Saturdays where you've had good money, and that's where kids have been off of school. It's not quite right having it closed. What I'm saying, it's been brought to council that many times with that wasted of the income and what we're wasting. And not being done. It's just been what to open up for £85. How many staff have we got on there to take £85?
I don't know from
I've heard we don't know what the staff are also just doing other things as well. These things I get involved in.
Also, regarding the food that's being produced, I don't know how they work down there, whether there's a certain amount of food produced ready for to be sold. Is there a lot of wastage there?
There will usually be some wastage, but I couldn't give you an answer off the top
Well,
again from.
We'll have a look into that for the next few weeks. Next few weeks.
Just I get
Round 6.
say to know. So that's all.
Yeah, just note, yeah. Note that, clerk, please. Item number.
Could we tell public how much income we did make for October?
Yeah, it's in the. That's for the centre and the stages.
So the community centre takings for October was £3,703. The Lakeside Cafe takings was these are for October £11,075. So for Sandygate again for October was £2,792. And the water park takings for October £337 and 8 pence.
May I ask, the water park takings, is Play World open every single day?
No.
No. So I thought we were led to believe that it was going to be open.
As and when we can, it's really good out the weather. So council was more saying that they're looking to open it more during like next year, next season.
I know that those takings below that, so I was thinking, was it some of that from Play World?
So item number 7, committees. To appoint a member of the Policy, Planning and Staffing Committee.
Yeah. Can I nominate Councillor Kendall for the Policy, Planning and Staffing Committee, please?
Have we got a seconder? Okay, all in favour of Councillor Kendall? Yeah. I got it.
So I can have that again, Chair.
Okay, all for Councillor Kendall, can you please put your hand up, please?
Yeah, very cheers.
All against? Abstentions? Item B, to appoint 2 members of the Leisure and Recreation Committee. Councillor Rushmore?
Can I please nominate Councillor Ian McGuinness and Councillor Sid Middleton?
Have we got a seconder?
I'll second.
All for? Against? Abstentions? Item number 8, donations. To approve donations to primary schools and nurseries in Hemsworth, Hemsworth, Kingsley and Fitzwilliam.
Sorry, Chair, can I just go back on to number 7? How many members have we got on each?
7.
7 on each, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what was recommended.
That was
So,
what-
yeah,
So item 8, to approve donations to primary schools and nurseries in Hemsworth, Kingsley and Fitzwilliam. Councillor Smart?
Can I propose £100 for schools and £50 for nurseries, please?
Have we got a seconder for that?
No, can I say something, please?
Yeah.
Last year we donated 250 to the primary schools, and we stated
It was 200.
it was 250.
I've been told it was 200.
It was 250. You need to check that up because I took checks out.
Okay.
And we put £100 for the nurseries. We made it so it was £1 per child per school. That's why it got we said 250 for primary schools. It works out £1 per child. So why would you drop it from 250 down to 100?
It was a recommendation by Councillor Rushmore to drop it to that.
Can I come in,
You
please?
can.
Yeah, the suggestion to drop it is in regards to item number 10, which you, Councillor Whitehead, brought to council.
Chair, as the procedure here is if there's 2 proposals, the council votes on those proposals. So it would be in favour of one or in favour of the other.
Okay. So your proposal, Councillor Whitehead?
Ian's just corrected me. It's 200 for school for secondary schools, and it was 100 for nurseries that we put last year.
We don't
Inflation.
I don't have it.
Can you say? Councillor Rushmore said something.
We don't give grants to secondary schools, we give grants to nurseries and primary schools.
It's not a grant.
It is. That's a donation, a grant.
So your proposal, Councillor Whitehead?
All the schools that got it last year got £200 and £100, and it should remain the same. If anything, it should go up with the increase. The increase at selection boxes at the minute, you can't get them for £100. It's £1.70. We've just paid £1,700 out for 1,000 selection boxes at £1.70 each.
So,
Again, Councillor Whitehead, you brought a motion number 10 to, about the finances and how concerned you are about the finances. So I'm proposing £100 and £50 for nurseries.
But you
So-
can do unbudgeted events.
so to get the motion going, so have you got proposals on the amounts that you would like to propose, Councillor Whitehead?
To keep it as it was last year.
So Councillor Whitehead wants to keep it as it was last year, and Councillor Rushmore has added a, what's the word?
Can I ask how many schools and nurseries were gifted, please?
It was two nurseries.
2 nurseries.
Yeah, there were 9 all.
Was it nine? It was around that, yes.
Yeah,
Around
9
nine.
all in. I think there were 3
Oh,
nurseries.
so 7. There was definitely 2 nurseries. So that would make 7 primary schools. Does that sound about right?
So we're 9
I
in
believe there's
total.
3 nurseries in
3
there.
nurseries.
3
Little
nurseries.
Buffaloes,
6.
Butterflies,
Red roof.
Red Roof, St Helens, Groveley, Sacred Heart, Fitzwilliam and Kingsley.
And the meadow.
In the middle, yeah, middle is it. So again, there's
Don't West End get it?
Yeah, and West End, sorry.
I do believe it's been budgeted. It should have been budgeted for Andrew, shouldn't it?
It was budgeted.
Thank you.
So again, we'll come back to move progress. So Councillor, Councillor proposal is £200 and £100 for nurseries, and Councillor Rushmore is proposing 100 for schools and 50 for nurseries. So I believe we vote on the amendment first. That's first. That's first. Well, we need a second then.
Again, I will propose 100 for schools and 50 for nurseries.
Do we have a seconder for that? Second, so all for Councillor Rushmore's amendment of 100 and then 50 for nurseries. All those against?
They would be in favour of the.
So in favour of £200 and £100.
Have you got a seconder?
You got any seconder for that?
I'll second it, Carol.
Thank you.
Sorry, Councillor, you cannot determine Councillor to vote. I'm sorry, you cannot tell a Councillor to vote.
I was writing.
You didn't say you voted.
I was writing.
7.
So the motion for £200 and £100 has been carried. Item number 9.
Can I just say on that point that I feel in this, that our times are really hard for some people. That is why I voted to keep it as it
That's
is.
fine. Item number 9, councillors to consider adding the following to the staff handbook. Council should not enter the council offices unless they are invited to do so by a member of staff. Councillor Bacon, I believe this was yourself?
Yeah. Well, I propose that, well, I would put it through that no councillors should enter council offices unless they're invited due to staff being abused and everything. That's all these people, councillors walking, they're just walking in, and this way abuse comes without staff that's in the office. And if councillors are kept out of the office, then the staff will not get abused, and they're only to be allowed in if they're invited. And that's my proposal.
I fully agree, however, I would like to propose some amendments to that. So,
Can I-
no one,
I think we should all be making appointments.
that's what I'm just going to
Yeah.
propose now.
Because
So, the motion and proposal would be, no one in office unless invited, which is what you said. All meetings are to be pre-arranged, only with an agenda, always attending and a time frame.
Yeah.
Obviously the time frame can slip, but you should know how long you're going to be with councillor. This would be added, with the blocks of 20 minutes at a time, and then that can be extended if you know it's going to be a lengthy one. Because nobody should be going to meeting with clerk, we're not knowing what's happening, getting ambushed by different people, more people coming. We need to be treated as professionals like an office.
So you say to make an appointment to see.
And mutually agreed times you can.
I think you've misunderstood what I said, what I was saying.
No, I totally understood what you were saying.
Right, you understand what I was saying? Now you just gone against it there with what you just said. I said no councillors are allowed to go in that office unless they're invited for a meeting or anything.
That's exactly what I said.
That's it,
Yeah.
that's what he said.
That's what I said as well.
Right, but that's understandable. You've got to be invited by the town clerk or whatever
Yeah, you arrange a meeting and then you
to go to meetings.
Yeah.
Not just go in willy-nilly and then all staff getting abused.
That's the invite to a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I don't want staff getting all the staff that's working in them offices are getting out abused, and that's where it's all coming from.
Okay.
Councillors just walking in and doing things that do what they want. It won't stop it.
Ricky?
So my understanding is, right, if I want some information from the clerk, I will either email saying I am available on these days, but it's got to be in a decent, it can't be like this afternoon.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, so it's got to be a decent time. I get confirmation back and then that is my meeting time. We don't need, I think for me, it's people coming and saying, I want this, I want that, where's this information? And that is unfair because for any meeting you need to be prepared. So if it's saying, if the clerk's saying, what is the meeting about, then it is our responsibility to say, it's about X, Y, Z. Can you give me that evidence or whatever? Because it's got to be fair.
Okay, so
I agree with Councillor,
Yeah.
what she said, what Vicky said, yeah.
I don't think that's what you were trying to get across, Ernie. I think Ernie's on about the main office where staff are working. That non-council should
what
be
I'm-
doing
that's
this.
still within this proposal.
Carol, what I'm talking about entering the council offices altogether. No councillor should be allowed beyond them doors.
Totally agree.
That's what I've said as well. No one in offices unless invited by staff.
Me, anybody,
I agree.
unless you're invited by town
So-
clerk or deputy clerk.
Okay, so I think everybody's in agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to move progress, I'd like to propose no one in offices unless invited by staff. All meetings are to be pre-arranged with an agenda and who's attending the meeting with a time frame. Obviously this will just be running as a motion now, but this will need to be added to the appropriate policy at the correct time, which I'm guessing will be May.
It'd be added immediately. It'd be
Oh,
added
happy
immediately
to.
to the.
So have I got a seconder for that?
I'll second that.
All for? Against? Abstentions? So item 10, finances. To discuss the council's financial position. Now this was something that Rebecca and did put on, but then Carol also requested a similar item as requested, an extraordinary meeting, which I still believe you want.
Yeah.
We'll discuss it here in a moment. So, to discuss the council's financial position, has anybody got anything they want to say?
I'll talk about it if you want. So, as Chair of Finance, I've had a meeting with the clerk and the Deputy Chair to discuss the current finances of the council. We were all quite happy when we came out of that meeting, clerk. Just had a discussion about saving money, ways we can curb spending and making money last until the end of the year. As of now, we are good to go until the end of the year, as long as there is no major incidents or mishaps or just any unpredicted spending. As of this point, we're on track, and we had a discussion about just ways for next year to curb the spending.
So, Councillor Moses, to summarise, is it fair to say that, yes, it's going to be tight, but if we get nothing unexpected in, then we should be okay without going into reserves?
It will be tight due to, I'd say, obviously I will elaborate more in the next finance meeting in January. We have had quite a few unbudgeted spends this year that weren't me or Councillor Milton's dealings, but we've had to deal with it. So it is tighter than I'd like it to be, but it's still doable to get to the end of the year. I don't want to say 100% doable to get to the end of the year, because I'd never guarantee 100%. However, if we continue on track with no accidents, mishaps or anything from this point, then we should be good to go.
So can I ask, what have we got in banks now then, as today?
Roughly about £180,000 in the bank account as of today, but that's not taking into account debtors, creditors, other assets or liabilities, which I don't have to hand.
So can you say that we're in a good state if that's all we've got?
I didn't say we're in a good state. I says we'll be okay to get.
If our bills are £110,000 per month,
Our bills aren't £110,000 a month.
our bills are roughly £110,000 a month with wages.
So
We haven't
there's
paid
wages about £50,000 a month.
It's about 45 to 50.
45 to 50.
And
You're
we spend about 10
spending,
to 15 grand a
you're
month.
spending £110,000 per
Spending
month.
is about 10 to 15 grand a month.
You haven't paid October, you haven't paid November, you've got December to pay, you've got January to pay, you've got February to pay, you've got March to pay. So you're telling me that £180,000 is going to take us to March?
There is income coming in as well.
We're fetching in about £10,000 a month income.
We're currently owed £50,000 to £60,000
It doesn't
in
cover.
back pay, in unpaid invoices that we are now invoicing for.
You've got 6 months payments.
We've
to
got
make
enough
on
in that
wages.
account, Carol, to pay for wages, right? And as long as we don't continue to overspend, any income will tie us over.
So you're not going to touch reserves, is that what you're saying? You're
I'm
not
not
going to
It's a
touch
shame that
reserves?
we don't think
we
about
are not
what
going
happened
to
last
touch
year,
reserves
innit?
because I can't guarantee 100%. This
just-
building could catch fire tomorrow. Sandygate could have a massive accident. I cannot guarantee 100% that something won't happen to any of our buildings or something happens. I cannot 100% guarantee that. So I will not say we 100% won't go into the reserves. But as long as nothing happens, then I'm confident we won't.
My problem is you've got October, November to December to pay out of that 180,000. You've got 3 months.
December to pay.
We've only got December to wages to pay.
Well, we've only ever signed off 2 back payments for October and November, a 12,000 and a 10,000.
Because we haven't come to end of December yet.
This is where it's all confusing because you're supposed to be on monthly bills.
Who's put you in this mess?
Has any other council got anything to add?
I want to say,
Can you just council comment?
Regarding the finances, 3 weeks ago I requested information about this, still haven't got it. It's all right, you're going.
Oh, you told me.
Can we please have order, please? We need order, please.
So like 3 weeks ago, nearly every day for the last 3 weeks I've requested this information, still haven't got it.
Possibly, don't know.
That's noted, and we'll look into that. Council Conway.
Well, the emails are still here, so.
Not saying they're not.
and can I just point out that if you're needing to go into the CCLA deposit account, you have got to give notice to come to full council.
Well aware of that. As somebody says, it's a pity we didn't have this financial check-in last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Councillor Hardacre?
Hello.
Yeah.
You keep trying to say we're skint again, in other words. Right. Why do you keep on when you've caused it?
Excuse me, it's not we caused it, it's we
Oh, yes,
as a
you did.
collective.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Can we have a point of order, please?
Oh, yes, you did.
It's the full
£100,000
council
were
that's
taken out
liable.
last year.
We are
Can
calling
we
a
have,
sign
can we have a point of order, please?
That's uncalled for. I'm sick fed up of that.
Oh, yeah. Well, you shouldn't have done it then, should you?
Councillor Hardacre?
Point of order.
Point of order, just ask for point of order. Thank you. So I'm going to move progress. So I believe the discussion regarding finance is finished.
No, I think an extraordinary meeting would be a pretty good thing.
That extraordinary meeting has been requested, but respond to the appropriate time frame.
Yeah, I think.
So has anybody else got anything they want to add? 'Cause I'm going to start moving progress.
7 days is up to date, Sean, you know that, don't you? I requested it last Thursday.
Okay.
Thank you.
I did not receive that. I'm not saying you didn't request it. I did not receive that until the following Friday.
I requested it on Thursday, but
Okay. So, anybody else? No, we move progress on finances. So item 11, public question time. To receive questions from members of the public and receive any reports from the community meetings.
Can you just tell me, so many councillors and members of the public had a meeting the other week, can you tell me if they paid for a room? I mean, we're short of money, so can you tell me if they paid for a room?
We can't tell you that.
Why don't we let it free then?
I can't say that. Julie?
Going back to finances, when are the council going to get onto this page and put the accounts on? It's still not on from April.
We're up to the end of September.
The accounts are on up to end of September, I've just been informed. And then those the ones that get approved will go on as and when they get approved. Jason?
Hi, I've got a couple of questions. Number one, the accounts payment for October. Just clarity, does that mean that payments that were due at the end of November for October, typically they've not been made yet?
No, so this is a schedule of payments for October, most of which will have been made as a matter of course by an automated method, direct debit, standing orders such as that. It's to report it to the council and approve retrospectively.
I just want to make sure there are no sort of one-man bands doing work and waiting more than we need to. Another question is on the finances, and this isn't a dig by the way, it's just a question. About 9 months ago, I raised an option for the council to reduce its electric bill by going solar. It then got passed to be looked into about 2, maybe 3 months ago. I don't know the exact meeting. I don't know if you've gone out to anybody else, but you recommended the solution that didn't cost you any money and give you quite a good benefit. They knocked it back and it was asked to send the details out of the electric bill so that it could be looked into, and that could obviously help relieve finances. So it's in a dig because I know Andrew's massively overworked. It's just we're talking about finances and the struggle, and this could be a very big support.
Yeah, it was passed, you're right, and I think it was mentioned about the environmental working group looking at it, looking at its options. So that's something that we'll be looking into soon, very soon. It
started sort of nine months ago, and it's still not being looked into, and this is why we then end up as a council in a mess, because and I'm not saying it from my perspective, another company I don't really care for, but it could have been implemented by any company now and could be saving you electric, and the more it gets passed about, and I just don't see what you've got to lose by sending a couple of bills out to solar companies and saying, what can you offer?
Yeah, because there's now an environmental panel which is being passed on to them to look into.
Okay. Another question I've got, I raised a complaint 9 weeks ago. I had a meeting with the clerk 6 weeks ago today. I asked for it to be followed by a certain process which I'm entitled to do under your complaints process. Not had a response in those 6 weeks. It's well outside of...
Excuse me, can you please not make comments like that, Councillor McGuinness? Thank you. Go on, continue.
It's well outside of that complaints process. I did say at the time I'd be happy to consider extending that complaints process. Again, as per your complaints process, you have to request that extension. I did say that extension would be needed by email, and I've heard nothing for 6 weeks. And it's a complaint that I am serious about. I've mentioned it previously, councillors are aware, and it just seems to be getting brushed under the carpet. And I will use that term because it seems to be it does seem that way, because it's not what suits the council.
We'll look into that.
I'll speak to you about
that. I did get that response at the last meeting.
Yeah, we will look into it. We'll put it on I have a meeting with the clerk once a week, once a fortnight, and we'll bring it up in his meetings.
Okay. Can I just, is this the same meeting where you asked if our councillor had received your complaint, Jason?
Yeah, I did mention, again, as part of the complaint process, you can request that the next available opportunity is made aware to all councillors, because it is potentially all councillors who will be brought into a potential legal case if I decided to pursue it, and it wasn't made aware to councillors, so I made them aware at public question time. So it just seems every step I've asked to be followed, which is as part of your own complaint procedure, it's not me being unreasonable, it's not me putting requests in, this is your process, your policy, and it is not being followed.
Okay. As I said, there's another meeting planned for next week. Myself and the clerk will look into it then.
Can our councillors please have a copy of Jason's complaint?
Well, I think all we have to do is notify there's a complaint and we've all been notified.
Jason's asked for all councillors to receive a copy on it.
Look at that. Yeah. Okay, any other questions? Can I just remind, because I'm not stopping this next question, but in theory, as per the standing orders, it should only be one question per person. And the public. I'm not stopping it, you can have it. I'm just saying, you seem to be coming more and more and more list of questions.
Is that not what this is about, public question time?
And as I said, the standing orders is what, and I'm allowing it. I am allowing it, so that's up to you. I've just said I'm allowing it, I'm just saying you can do more and more questions.
It's fine. I would just like to get a donation for Sandygate.
No problem, thank you very much. So, any more questions?
Can you just tell me why certain councillors are abusing me? Conway, again.
Can we?
Point of order.
Yeah.
I interviewed you. All I said was.
Can we please stop all this childish behaviour everywhere? It's bringing the council down. Me and
Childish.
Please.
It's shameful.
I've not seen anything he said or done, so I cannot. If he has, then I will apologise. If he has, then I do apologise. If he hasn't, then I did not see anything, so I cannot say anything.
Did you hear it then?
I heard nothing. As I said, I heard Councillor Guinness whisper something, and I said something to him. But I can't. If I don't hear it, I can't. Sorry, Tina, then I can't say nothing about it. I do have to apologise for that.
He's forever telling me to shut up.
That should not be happening. I don't agree.
Point of order. I didn't say that. It's been recorded, so you can look back.
We'll look back on it again. I'll just clarify something else going away last meeting when you said that I did not pull a councillor, member of the public. Look back on the recording. I didn't pull up a member of the public. That's just nowhere. So, any other questions? If not, no. Okay. So, item 12: exclusion of press and public. Members of the public and the press to be excluded for the consideration of business of a confidential nature as per the Public Bodies Admissions to Meetings Act 1960. Can I just wish everybody a happy Christmas, because this is the last full council meeting until then.